Welcome everyone to the Vintage Wheels Chronicles channel. Today we're going to talk about cars that have been undeservedly left in the shadows. They are not Mustang or Camaro, but they are unique and worthy of attention in their own way. Classic cars are not just big names and iconic models. In today's video, I will tell you about rare cars that you may have never heard of, but that have left their mark in automotive history. So, here we go. AMC AMX/3, 1970. The AMC AMX/3 is one of the rarest and most underrated sports cars of its time, which unfortunately never got a chance to prove itself on the roads and in automotive history. This car was an ambitious project of American Motors Corporation, AMC, which wanted to make a breakthrough and produce a car that could compete with the best European supercars, such as Ferrari and Lamborghini. However, despite its outstanding performance and unique design, the AMX/3 never went into mass production, becoming one of the most enigmatic and desirable models for classic car collectors. The project was led by one of AMC's leading designers, Dick Teague, who wanted to create something truly revolutionary. The idea was to develop a mid-engine sports car with high performance but at an affordable price. Inspired by the success of European supercars such as the Ferrari 365 GTB/4 and Lamborghini Miura, AMC wanted to offer American buyers something similar, but for less money. The AMC AMX/3 featured an aggressive but elegant appearance. Long and low body lines, wide fenders, and sharp profile made it look like Ferrari and Lamborghini sports cars of that time. The car had a mid-engine layout, which was also an innovative solution for the American automobile industry. Under the hood of the AMX3 was a powerful 6.4-liter V8 engine from AMC, which was capable of producing about 340 horsepower. This engine had already been used in other companies' models, such as the AMX and Javelin, but in a mid-engine layout, it offered a completely different level of performance. With its lightweight chassis and balanced weight distribution, the AMX/3 promised excellent handling and impressive acceleration dynamics. The car was expected to reach a top speed of around 260 kilometers per hour, which was quite competitive for supercars of the time. Although the AMX3 had every chance to be a hit, the project faced a number of insurmountable problems. One of the main ones was the price of production. Despite the desire to make the car affordable, the production costs of creating a mid-engine supercar proved to be too high for the company. Production of the chassis in Italy and its delivery to the U.S. for final assembly significantly increased the cost of the car. Another problem was AMC's internal politics. The company was known for its more economical and mass-produced cars, and the management was not ready for such ambitious experiments. As a result, after only 6 pre-production prototypes were built, the AMX/3 project was closed. Today, the AMC AMX/3 is a true rarity and one of the most desirable cars for collectors. Each of the 6 vehicles produced still exists to this day, and all are in the hands of private collectors. Due to their uniqueness, these cars are highly prized in the classic car market. One of the prototypes that was sold at auction caught the attention of car enthusiasts and raised a significant amount of money, which only emphasizes its status as a forgotten icon. De Tomaso Mangusta, 1967 to 1971. The De Tomaso Mangusta is one of those cars that, despite its rarity and relatively short production period, has left a deep mark on the history of the automobile industry. Created in 1967, Mangusta became a symbol of bold design approach and technological progress. This model was produced by the Italian company De Tomaso, founded by Argentine racer Alejandro De Tomaso, who in his career sought to combine his passion for racing with a desire to create cars with high performance and unique style. The Mangusta Italian for mongoose, was named in honor of an animal that in nature is capable of overpowering a cobra. The name is symbolic, as the Cobra was also the name of another famous car of the era, the Shelby Cobra. One of the main features of the Mangusta was its design, developed by the legendary Giorgetto Giugiaro. The car had a bold and daring appearance, which is still admired by car enthusiasts. Low and wide body, with aggressive lines and sharp transitions, made the car truly unique. However, the most distinctive feature of the Mangusta was its unique engine doors. Instead of a traditional hood, the rear part of the car opened with two wings in the style of gull wings, which gave the car a futuristic look. These doors became a trademark of the model and emphasized its innovative approach to design. In terms of specifications, the Mangusta was powered by a 4.7-liter Ford V8 engine that produced about 306 horsepower. This engine was the same engine used in the Shelby Cobra, making the Mangusta a truly powerful car. Combined with its lightweight chassis and low center of gravity, the Mangusta could accelerate to 100 kilometers per hour in less than 7 seconds, which was an impressive result for the time. The maximum speed of the car reached about 250 kilometers per hour. However, despite the outstanding performance and stunning design, the Mangusta had its own shortcomings. The car had a weak rigidity of the body, which negatively affected its handling. The rear axle was prone to skidding, which made control at high speeds not easy even for experienced drivers. In addition, the high price and low level of reliability made the Mangusta inaccessible to the general public, and it remained a car for true connoisseurs. Only about 400 cars were produced, which makes the De Tomaso Mangusta extremely rare and desirable for collectors. Its unique appearance, high technical characteristics, and historical significance make the Mangusta one of the most iconic models in the world of classic cars. Studebaker Avanti, 1962 to 1963. The Studebaker Avanti is a car that was designed as a revolutionary model to save Studebaker, one of America's oldest automobile companies. The car was released in the early 1960s and came to symbolize a progressive approach to design and engineering. However, despite its boldness and innovation, the Avanti failed to save the company from financial problems, but left behind a legacy as one of the most interesting and unusual cars of its time. The story of the Avanti's creation began in 1961, when Studebaker was facing serious financial difficulties. Company president Sherwood Egbert commissioned legendary designer Raymond Loewy, one of the most famous and influential industrial designers of the time, to design the car. The car was designed in just a few months, which was a feat in itself. The Avanti was built using completely new technologies. One of the key features of the car was its body made of fiberglass, which was a rarity in the American auto industry at the time. This allowed to reduce the weight of the car and give it an aerodynamic shape. The Avanti was characterized by its streamlined shape with a low roof line, hidden headlights, and smooth body curves, making it very futuristic for the early 60s. Technically, the Avanti was also on the cutting edge. The car was offered with a powerful 4.7-liter V8 engine capable of producing over 280 horsepower. This engine was coupled to a supercharger, which provided excellent dynamic performance. Acceleration to 100 kilometers per hour took about 7 seconds, an impressive result for a car that was marketed as a personal luxury vehicle. The Avanti was advertised as the fastest production car in the world, and the company really tried to make it a symbol of American speed and innovation. However, despite all the innovation and bold design, the production of the Avanti faced many challenges. First and foremost, production difficulties associated with the new fiberglass body led to delays in deliveries and increased production costs for the car. In addition, although the Avanti was eye-catching in its design, Its styling was too radical for many American buyers who were used to more conservative models. As a result, Studebaker was unable to sell enough cars to improve its financial position. Production of the Avanti was discontinued in 1963, just 1 year after it began. Only about 5,800 cars were produced, making the Avanti a rare model. After the company closed, the rights to the Avanti model were sold to other companies, and the car continued to be produced under different brands, but without the same success. Today, the Studebaker Avanti is considered one of the most innovative cars of the early 1960s. It has come to symbolize how the pursuit of progress and innovation can create a car that was ahead of its time. Despite its financial failure, the Avanti left an important legacy in automotive history, becoming a classic and a coveted piece among collectors. This car rightfully takes its place among the iconic models of the past that left their mark through bold design, technical advancement, and a desire to change the world of motoring. Kaiser Darrin, 1954. The 1954 Kaiser Darrin is one of the most unusual and elegant American sports cars of its time. Created by Kaiser Motors, it was the result of a collaboration with one of the automotive world's most famous designers and innovators, Howard "Dutch" Darrin. It was the first production car in America with a fiberglass body, and despite its limited production, it left a significant mark on the history of the automotive industry. The design of the Kaiser Darrin was extremely bold and unusual for its time. The car had a long hood and short rear overhang, giving it sporty proportions. One of the most memorable features was its sliding doors, which slid inside the front fenders, rather than opening outward like conventional cars. This unique solution attracted attention and made the model truly unique. Another striking detail is a characteristic lip grille, which immediately distinguished the car from the competitors. Under the hood of the Kaiser Darrin was a 6-cylinder engine with a capacity of 2.6 liters, developing only about 90 horsepower. This engine was relatively underpowered compared to the more powerful V8s found in competitors such as the Corvette. Despite this, the light body weight and clever aerodynamics allowed the car to demonstrate good dynamic performance for its class. However, Kaiser Darrin was not positioned as a car for racing. It was rather a car for stylish and elegant driving. However, despite its stylish looks and innovative technology, the Kaiser Darrin faced difficulties in the market. One of the main problems was the high price, about $3,600, which made it more expensive than the Chevrolet Corvette, but less powerful. Sales were slow, and by the end of 1954, Kaiser Motors ceased production. Only about 435 examples of the Kaiser Darrin were produced, making it a true rarity among collectors. Today, these cars are highly prized in the classic car market, especially due to their unique design and status as pioneers in the use of fiberglass. The Kaiser Darrin is a car that epitomizes the ambition and drive for innovation in the American automobile industry, and although it did not become a commercial success, its legacy remains significant. Packard Hawk, 1958. The Packard Hawk is one of the rarest and latest models produced under the Packard brand, which was once a symbol of luxury and engineering innovation in America. By the late 1950s, Packard was on the verge of bankruptcy and merged with Studebaker to try and maintain its existence. The Hawk was the brand's last attempt to offer an automobile that could compete with new and modern models from other manufacturers, but it ended up being the last song of the legendary brand. Packard, which in the early 20th century was known for its luxurious and technically advanced automobiles, was facing serious financial problems by the late 1950s. A merger with Studebaker in 1954 was supposed to help solve these problems, but the situation continued to worsen. In this difficult environment, the company decided to produce a series of cars that were modernized versions of existing Studebaker models. The Packard Hawk was one such model, given a bright and bold appearance in hopes of attracting customers. The Packard Hawk was based on the Studebaker Golden Hawk platform, but had a number of significant design differences. The car had an aggressive, muscular appearance with a distinctive low roofline and long hood. The front end featured a new grille with an integrated bumper, which gave the car a more modern and sporty look. Another distinctive feature was a massive air intake on the hood, emphasizing the power of the car. Under the hood of the Packard Hawk was a 4.7-liter V8 compressor engine, which developed about 275 horsepower. This was a very powerful engine for its time, which provided impressive acceleration and high top speed. Combined with a manual transmission, this car offered good dynamic performance, making it a worthy rival for other powerful American cars of the late 1950s. Despite its bold design and impressive power, the Packard Hawk failed to achieve commercial success. One of the reasons was that the Packard brand itself had lost much of its appeal by that time. In the eyes of buyers, Packard cars were associated with the past, and even a modern car like the Hawk could not change this image. In addition, the price of the car was quite high for its time, which also limited its sales. Only about 588 examples of the Packard Hawk were produced, making it a very rare car. After 1958, the Packard brand ceased to exist, and the Hawk was one of the last models produced under this legendary brand. Such are they, the forgotten icons of the automotive world. Despite their rarity and low popularity, these cars left their mark in the history of the automobile industry. They deserve no less attention than their more famous counterparts. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the Vintage Wheels Chronicles channel so you won't miss new releases. And in the comments write what rare cars you managed to meet, or which of these cars you found the most interesting. See you in the next video, friends.